Attending school virtually is something you probably never considered a year ago. But now, one pandemic later, here you are, working to adapt to a whole new way of doing things. Know this, you are not alone. Your friends and teachers are right there with you, even if it's on the other side of a screen. You should also know that this is not new to Newfoundland and Labrador. Since 1988, young people like you have been attending virtual classes and have found ways not only to adapt, but also to thrive. With that in mind, a bunch of us veteran teachers from the virtual school system put together some things that our students have found useful. We hope that you will too.
Hello, students of Newfoundland and Labrador. Bienvenue aux élèves de Terre-Neuve et Labrador. I'm speaking to you because, well, you're home and you're trying to figure out how to navigate through all of this learning online. My name is Jim Murphy. I used to be an online distance learning teacher for many, many years. Maybe I can give you some hints to help you along your way. The first thing you need to think about is reach out. If you are having trouble with something, then reach out to your teacher. Use your email, use text messaging, use Google, whatever it is that you have, you need to use it and reach out. Don't wait too long. Next, don't always wait for your teacher. Ask questions. Take control of your learning. Communicate. It's about connecting. You have to connect with your teacher. Whether it's online or from the classroom, you have to connect. And of course, be social. Sometimes that's difficult in online environments, but you need to try to be social. You need to learn to connect with others. You need to learn to connect with your teachers. Don't forget, this is part of how we learn. We are social learners. And last, respect. Be respectful. Be polite. This is the same as your regular classroom, so you need to be respectful of everyone and you need to be polite. And in doing these few simple things, you will have a much more engaging experience. Good luck, everyone. Bonne chance tout le monde. Bye-bye.
Hi there. As a retired distance education teacher, I just wanted to take this time to pass along a little tip for you. You're going to find that doing a course through distance when your teacher is not kind of standing over you all the time, you're going to have a bit more freedom. And that freedom often allows you to put things off more than you probably should. So it's very important to set aside a specific time each day, especially in your at-home days. And I know a lot of you are going to be doing alternating days when you're in school and at home. On those at-home days, try to maintain your schedule. Try to maintain your school schedule. Okay, set aside that hour or so per class that you would have had that day to work on that course at that time. It's a good idea because it helps you maintain a schedule. It helps you keep things in sync. It will help you keep up to your work in the long run, and it will serve you well.
Really make sure that your learning spot at home has everything you could possibly need. Post-it notes, highlighters, paper, pencils, anything that you would, a calculator, anything you might need when your online learning is occurring. The last thing you really want to have happen during any sort of online learning is to have to interrupt yourself to go get materials. That means you might miss something the teacher said. And if it's not a recorded opportunity for learning, then that's gonna hurt a little bit. So make sure your learning spot is comfortable. Make sure any supplies you might need are there: pencils, art supplies, scissors, tape, post-it notes, highlighters. And be as ready as you can for that learning opportunity when it comes along.
Being organized helps make everything else easier. Good time management enables you to work smarter, not harder. So how do you overcome time management problems? Here are a few suggestions. Make a schedule and stick to it. Start with a to-do list. of what must be done. Now, prioritize your list. Setting priorities can help keep you on track throughout the day. What needs to be done? What matters? What doesn't matter? Set some boundaries. Stay away from bad distractions. And the number one piece of advice that we give to our students: avoid procrastination and wasting time. I hope this helps. Good luck.
The communication devices at your fingertips are very powerful. Their messaging and social media apps connect you to everyone and everything. They are hard to put down and even harder to ignore when a notification comes in. When you switch to online learning, several things will compete for your attention: your teacher, your apps, maybe even your family and things in your surroundings. When you divert your attention to deal with something, you might miss out on that key piece of information that you need to complete an assignment offline. To quote Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. You have the power to minimize the distractions around you and stay focused. Find a quiet place to set up your device for online class. Log out of those apps before class begins. Let your friends and family know when you're going to be online so that they can hold off on sending you messages. They'll appreciate it if you return the favor to them too. Give it a try. See if it makes a difference.
Be sure to ask questions during class. Use the raise your hand feature to get your teacher's attention. Then you can use your microphone to speak, or use direct messaging to send a private message to your teacher if you are not comfortable with speaking in class. The key emphasis here is to ask questions when you need clarification about something being discussed in class. If it's important enough for you to think about, then it's important enough for you to ask about it. Chances are someone else in your class is wondering about the same thing. Remember that the only bad question that exists is the one that doesn't get asked. Success with online learning is largely dependent upon your interest, effort, and determination. Approaching this with a positive attitude will most likely help you to produce positive results. Working hard and trying your best at all times will always guide you in the right direction. Give it your best shot. You can do it.
Your parents can provide support as well. They may be able to help with technical issues, homework, or adapting a room in your house to give you a quiet space for your online classes. They may really enjoy watching the classes as well. In fact, you may have to put up with a little parental boasting to their friends about how smart you are or how well you're adapting to the online classes.
Hi, online learning has many challenges, but to overcome those, you need a basic foundation. Just as you're going to build a house, you need a strong foundation, and that's what you need for online learning as well. I want you to remember 3 letters, ESP. E is for eating properly. We all know that we need a well-balanced diet to give our body the energy to face the day ahead. S is for sleep. We all know that sleep is very important to maintain good physical and mental health. So make sure that you go to bed at a reasonable hour, but equally important is that you get up at a good hour as well. It's very difficult for young people, given social media and all the technology we have, to stick to a schedule. But please try to do that. It is very important. The P is for physical activity. I'm not talking about going for a 5 or 10K jog every day, but during your online classes, in between classes, just get up, walk around your house, step outside your door for a few minutes to get some fresh air, whatever, and that will put you in a good frame of mind to get back to your online learning. So make sure you remember these, as they provide a basic foundation for success in online learning.
Hello. Over recent decades, much as you are now, thousands of students in our province have been going to school online. Initially, online learning was necessitated because of where students lived, or the needs of their schools, or perhaps because of personal circumstances. All these students found themselves in the same learning spaces where you are now, some for 1 year or 2, and others completed their entire high school program online. We'd often ask at the end of a school year what their impressions were of the online learning platform that they had shared with teachers and students from all over the province, what it had taken for them to make it the best possible experience for themselves, and what they might take away with them at the end. They always had lots to share. Here's a snapshot. The initial introduction to the online platform took some getting used to, but very quickly it became familiar and a space where they felt comfortable with the tools, online relationships, and new ways of thinking, learning, and working. Many students commented on the many ways that they could participate: voice, video, text, private chat with their teachers, email, group work, discussion boards, offline resources, the value of synchronous and asynchronous time. Perhaps most interesting is that many students shared a sense of becoming more self-directed or autonomous as learners. They highlighted that online learning had helped them to improve their organizational and time management skills, that this effort was worthwhile and empowering for them. Many students suggested that in the end, they felt well prepared for what was coming next, especially when they were thinking of post-secondary training programs or university. They had learned to work well independently and collaboratively, and had experience learning remotely, and they could apply these skills beyond the virtual classroom to other aspects of their lives. We hope that the experience will be interesting, motivating, and satisfying for you. Good luck.
Being a student right now is an extra challenge, but online schooling can be just as doable as regular school, whatever regular means. Online education is different, but you can do this. Be in class on time and participate. Stay on top of your work. And remember that all of your fellow students and teachers are also experiencing the same new challenges as you, negatives and positives. Look for those positives. No books to carry around, no waiting for the bus, and every day's a pajama day. Seriously though, look for the positives and make the most of this experience. It's not going to go on forever. And in the meantime, look after yourself. Now more than ever, be sure to take time every day to pry yourself away from screens of all sizes. Get outside or do something productive around the house which doesn't involve another screen. Schedule yourself a daily break from technology, including phones. Take care of yourself, your family, and your friends, and we'll all be able to graduate intact from this COVID detention soon.